This is the Election Bureau. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studio number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabaka, Accra. My name is Caleb Kuda, and coming up, Operation Halt deployed to arrest illegal miners on the Brim River in the eastern region have destroyed 3 chamfans.
So far as you are close by the water body, or you are on the water body, or along the water body, you are our target.
Also, Ghanaians lash out at the leadership of organized labor over its sudden U-turn on planned strike to demand firm action in the fight against illegal and irresponsible mining known as Galamsey, accusing them of being compromised.
When we threaten a strike again, the same government will sit down and say, we'll forget about these people. We'll sit down with them, we'll divide their funds, and it will come to nothing. That is where people are disappointed at.
To say I'm sad is an understatement. Posterity will judge them.
Meanwhile, organized labor denies allegations its decision was financially induced.
Whenever somebody is of a certain opinion and somebody have a dissenting opinion, the easy thing some of the people in this country do is to accuse you of going for A or B.
Still to come, staff of the Ghana Airports Company Limited (GACL) who were implicated in the recent cocaine smuggling incident at the Kotoka International Airport reinstated. This bulletin is live across our partner stations across the country in the Upper West region. Welcome on to Pani Radio 88.5 FM Nadoli, Jirapa 96.1 FM Jirapa. In the Upper East region, you're listening to us on Rekas 92.1 FM in Bongo Namo. We're live in the Northern region on North Star Radio 92.1 FM Tamale. This is Nobia 98.1 FM Nalerugu in the Northeast region. Hello to you in the Western region on Beach 105.5 FM Takoradi in the Ashanti region. We are live on Focus 94.3 FM Ken University Campus Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. Hello to you on Sela Radio 97.1 FM Dabala and Holy 98.5 FM Aflao, all in the Volta region. You're welcome on Kasha 99.5 FM in Domongo and in the Savannah region. In the Bunu region, this is Greener 95.9 FM Sunyane. Around the world, we are live on citinewsroom.com. Get interactive with us using the hashtag GhanaPost2024 and Citi Verified.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for choosing us. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. And the government has deployed about 100 armed military personnel to various water bodies to stop illegal mining activities. This action has been initiated following agitation from over 50 state and private civil society organizations urging the government to curb environmental devastation. The Operation Halt team first stopped at Enyinem in the Etiwa East District of the Eastern region. It's unclear when the exercise will end, but the illegal miners halted the activities after receiving a tip-off. The Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, in collaboration with the military, has burned 3 chamfans and other industrial machines used by illegal miners on the Brim River. Operation Halt Task Force Commander Colonel Eric Tenadu noted that the military will be stationed around for 2 weeks for the first phase of the exercise.
We are launching this operation just to make sure that we clear all our water bodies off mining activities, whether registered or unregistered. Yes, for now, we don't care whether you are a registered miner or not. Our concern is for the water body. So far as you are close by the water body, or you are on the water body, or along the water body, you are our target. That's what we are doing now.
What about the forests?
The forest is the subsequent one. But for now, the immediate mission that we have now is to clear our water bodies off any mining activity.
Okay, so we realize that you started from the Ibrim River. Are you hoping to move to other places as well?
Yes, we are going to all the major water bodies within the area. But as we've started, and then we'll go as and when. I am not able to tell you from here where we are going, but Once we get there, we decide where to go. But we'll make sure that we'll go to all the water bodies.
For how long are you going to be on the ground, station your men on the ground to make sure you see some impact with this effort?
Oh, for this first phase, we are looking at not less than 2 weeks. Yes, not less than 2 weeks. And maybe subsequently we'll continue to the other areas. But for now, we have moved in for the first phase of 2 weeks to operate in the field.
Operation Hall Task Force Commander Colonel Eric Tenadu there. My colleague Fred Duho, who is the man on this beat, joins us with more. Fred, paint a picture for us, what you have seen so far, and let us know how many sites you've been to. Hello, Fred. We're trying to establish contact with my colleague Fred Duho, who is on the beat following the Operation Halt Task Force. And they have so far been deployed to some sites in the eastern region where we understand some chamfans have been burnt. And we also are gathering that some of the illegal small-scale miners eluded the team following a tip-off of the arrival. We are trying to establish contact with Fred Duho. When we do, we'll bring you pictorial evidence or narrations or accounts of what he's been seeing so far during the operations. But we'll stay on the issue of illegal small-scale mining, and the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey has called on Ghanaians to intensify their campaign against illegal mining known as Galamsey, despite organized labor's decision to call off its strike. Now, this decision made yesterday has faced widespread criticism, with many accusing organized labor of being compromised by the government. Organized labor had demanded a declaration of a state of emergency, a moratorium on mining, and amendments to LI 2462, among other requests. Now, in response, the government has deployed military officers to the eastern region to combat the issue, as we've just reported. However, the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey has described these measures as inadequate and is urging all Ghanaians to express their discontent. Senor Jose is a member of the coalition.
That there's some kind of movement on the part of government, totally inadequate though, and for which reason we must sustain our protest. Our protest and our call to action is not a call to us being a part of a union or not. It's a call on us being Ghanaians foremostly, and Ghanaians are not lost on this particular matter. That's why we are calling on everybody to join in this red band protest engagement. And it doesn't require much. You don't need to go on the streets yet. That time may come. I hope it doesn't. And I hope that we have government acting responsibly. But for now, we need to send a message very clear to government that we do not approve of its conduct relative to the management of this Galamsey situation, relative to the destruction of our water bodies and our forest reserves. We need government action, which has been very, very, very weak. Government must act and must act now. So anywhere you are as a Ghanaian, it's time for us to fight for today, fight for our future, and even more importantly, fight for our children and our children's children's future. What is at stake is existential. The sustainability and the soul of our country. We can't stay aloof.
Now, we'll come back to Senor Jose because he has been sharing some roadmaps for citizen action in the next phase of the anti-Galamsey crusade. But let's join Fred Duho now on the phone lines for more updates. Fred, if you can hear me this time, what have you been seeing around the sites you've been visiting?
Caleb, we visited about 4 sites so far when we got here in the morning around 9 a.m., around 8 a.m. thereabout. And I can say that the military is moving forcefully in the company of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners with their river wardens. They've been to the Brim River specifically, where a number of chamfans have been burned by the task force. And they say the commander who spoke to us mentioned that they are going to station here not less than 2 weeks, and within that 2 weeks they are hoping for some positive results. Now, one interesting thing is that one would have expected to see illegal miners on the various sites we visited since morning, and it is quite intriguing to note that you get there and there are no illegal miners, and it is quite obvious that they also got their intel or intelligence that the men are coming. So they've decided not to work. You would see a number of youth within the various communities we visited, and they are sitting idle. And the way they even gaze at the team moving through the communities tells its own story. So largely, the team is leaving no stone unturned. They are moving and ensuring that they get rid of all miners on all river bodies within this particular district. Now, let me put on record that we are within the Etiwa East district, where the Deputy Finance Minister, Abnaose Asare, comes from, or is currently the MP in constituency.
Good, Fred. Paint for us a picture of what you've seen, the state of the water bodies, the lands, the homes, the farmlands and all.
Caleb, it's quite surprising to see that Galamsey pits are right in a number of homes. And if they have their way, from what I observed, they may even cut into the roads that they didn't drive on to mine. It is quite pathetic. We're looking at the River Brim, and it's total brown. I don't know what other color to use to depict this particular river, but brown is even an understatement. And the entire river is not drinkable. It is good for nothing. And the Galamsey activities is almost everywhere. It is visible. You go to every part of the communities we visited, and the lands are being degraded without any worry about what they are doing to the environment. And it's quite pathetic, I must put on record.
Now, Fred, in some of the pictures you send us, we see that homes, the foundations of some homes are almost, chopped off in the illegal mining process.
That is the extent of damage they are doing to even the very place they take shelter. And for people to think that they will do everything possible within their might just to go for gold and for money being the driving force or intent for them to do what they are doing beats imagination. Because, I mean, the very homes that people are living in, you can see the foundations. At a particular point that we even saw these people, they are just brazenly doing their mining without care whether the military is passing or not. But the mere fact that the military has a focus to just get rid of them on the water bodies as the starter, that is why they seem not to worry them that much. They may want to aggravate this whole operation to the next level, which would be to the mining, the forest reserves, and places that are within communities. But for the river bodies, they say whether licensed or not, when they get you, you'll be arrested.
Right.
So, as you speak, there are no miners on the river bodies, but we see a number of fans that they really bend to ashes.
Fred, in 20 seconds, have you been able to speak to the people and what are they saying?
Well, the people won't talk to us. We are only hoping to get some of them to react. There was this lady, I must say, who won't speak to us on record, but she mentioned that she was going to try this for the very first time, only to see the military come in, and she needed to just take to her heels.
I see.
And that tells you that, indeed, most of them are still willing to go in for this. And the excuse they keep giving is that there is no job in the country, and so they are looking for means to survive.
Thank you very much. Fred Duho is my colleague in the Citi newsroom. Let's bring you that voice of Senior Hosi sharing roadmaps for you to also participate in the next phase of the anti-Galamsey crusade.
Wherever you are, step one, wear something red. Monday to Friday, wear something red. You don't need to wear a red dress. It may be a bit overwhelming. Take a red band, tie it on your car. Take a red band, tie it on your motorbike. Get a red sticker, get a red wristband. Monday to Thursday, you can do that perfectly well. On Friday, we are restoring the Red Friday dressing. Everybody wear red. And let's show the state, the millions and millions of Ghanaians who do not approve of what is going on, and the call on them for them to act and act now. We want to take this opportunity and call on all the religious bodies, every religious fraternity, our Muslim brothers, our Christian brothers. If you are a pastor, call your people to action. Get them to wear red this Sunday. The mosque, get them to wear red this Friday. It is a short notice, but as many as you can, wear red to the mosque. God will definitely be supporting your action because He calls on us to protect His very creation, which is the environment He has created. This is what He has created for us to sustain ourselves. And leadership is failing us, and our colleagues are destroying it. We can't sit aloof. It's time for us to act, and the time to act is now.
Sanyo Hosey is a leading member of the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey. Meanwhile, some Ghanaians have been voicing out their displeasure at organized labor over its sudden U-turn.
We are not disappointed because labor actually called off the strike. But what we are really disappointed in is that what we have done is to tell this government and subsequent government that organized labor is not united. And for that matter, anytime there is a subsequent issue whereby we are encouraging government or demanding government to act and government refuses to act, when we threaten a strike again, the same government will sit down and say, we'll forget about these people. We'll sit down with them, we'll divide their funds, and it will come to nothing. That is where people are disappointed at, not the organized labor calling of the strike.
To say I'm sad is an understatement, but let me just tell labor that if they are minded, there are people who are in prison custody, who have been castrated, okay, in police custody and prison custody, because we were fighting for this same thing that labor we thought was going to fight for us. Some have even met their bail conditions but are still behind bars as we speak now, okay? And so their conscience, this will live with them. Posterity will judge them. When it came to their individual personal parochial interest, in the case of the hotels, we saw what they did. Now, when it brought us on every other Ghanaian, this is where they have brought us. It's just a matter of time. We think Ghanaians are patient. We think Ghanaians are cowards. But a day will come, and that day will definitely come. And they will see that we are not cowards.
I am very, very disappointed with the position of organized labor. So they giving us hope that they would take up this fight of Galamsey. It gave some of us hope that if it is organized labor leading, then the government will listen and do something drastic about this Galamsey. But it seems that the front of organized labor has been disorganized. Something has gone on behind the scene.
Those were some voices of Ghanaians speaking against the leadership of organized labor. Now, organized labor has denied allegations that they were financially influenced by the government. King Ali Awudu is a member of organized labor and national president of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers. Listen to him.
Whenever somebody is of a certain opinion and somebody have a dissenting opinion, the easy thing some of the people in this country do is to accuse you of going for A or B. But mind you, so many organizations in this country have threatened to do certain things about Galamsey, and government never mind them, including the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. Since December 2023, they issued notice to government to revoke the LI that allow mining in forest reserve. Government have not mind them. Organized labor comes in less than a month, government have issued a directive for the LI to be revoked. This is what we want. It is being achieved. Why do we go on strike?
King Ali Awudu is president of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News live from our studio at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Erbaka. Here in Accra with me, Caleb Kuda. Still ahead, staff of the Ghana Airports Company Limited who were implicated in the recent cocaine smuggling incident at the Kotoka International Airport reinstated. Stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. The convener of the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey, Ken Ashigbe, has stated that despite the government's efforts to combat illegal mining, the coalition will petition the president to revoke all licenses issued for mining and forest reserves. He emphasized the importance of continuous monitoring of river bodies where military personnel have been deployed to ensure a positive outcome in the fight against illegal mining. While outlining necessary measures to address this issue, he also called for increased pressure on the relevant authorities to act swiftly to protect our water bodies.
It is not enough for you to just revoke the LI. So now our petition would be to government, to the president, to revoke all licenses that have been permitted in the forest reserves, so that you don't want a situation where these people will come and say that when they got their license, the LI was still enforced. And then we are calling on the EPA to say that they should not sign any of these permits. We know that a lot of the permits have not been permitted by the EPA yet. And government, through an EI, should revoke it. And then as media, the team from Citi FM, all the media, we now should be looking out to see where is it that government has deployed these forces. How many chamfans are still on the water bodies? We should be asking Ghana Water to be publishing the turbidity of water on a consistent basis and be able to verify it. We need to ensure that the issues about the court and the cases that are in court, again, look into the statement issued by organized labor. They talk about 14 courts, 17 circuits, 7 circuits, 7 high courts. Look at government statement that it talks about 4. So you see the discrepancies even in what it is that they put out. So we need to, then our job currently is the fact that we need to bring pressure to bear on all the people to ensure that what has been said, the end goal of ending Galamsey, we are doing it and we're monitoring it.
Ken Ashigbe, convener, Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey. Now, the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, has defended its decision to proceed with a strike action against illegal mining. This is despite a decision by organized labor to suspend the strike planned for today over the Galamsey issue. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, President of KNUST UTAG, Professor Eric Abavara, noted that prior to the strike by organized labor, UTAG had set its own demands and an ultimatum for the government and will therefore proceed as planned.
It is UTAG who began the clarion call for banning of what do you call it, all forms of mining and in the reserve, forest, and farmlands and the river. But UTAG, we did that on the 9th of September. Check that document with that of organized labor when organized labor issued a press statement. We are men of our own selves. We determine our own future. So we said if certain actions were not done by the administration, we will embark on strike on the 30th of September. That was UTAG calendar. Then organized labor came in. That's okay. Organized labor, because you are coming with even more people, then we will join you. So we are not members of organized labor. That is the difference. If we are going to have a meeting with them and you come with a prepared speech, on what basis is that speech? When meeting had not been held, that is the difference. So we see it is indeed the decision of the leadership of organized labor, but not organized labor.
Professor Eric Abavara is president of KNUST UTAG. Now, the Ministry of Transport has announced that staff members of the Ghana Airports Company Limited who were implicated in the recent cocaine smuggling incident at the Kotoka International Airport have been reinstated. This incident involved the smuggling of 8.5 kilograms of cocaine through the KIA aboard Royal Air Maroc on March 23, 2024, allegedly facilitated by an airport company staff member. Following the discovery of the drugs at Brussels Airport in Belgium, GACL interdicted the staff members implicated in the incident. Now, providing an update on the matter before the Government Assurances Committee sitting in Parliament, the Minister of Transport, Kweku Ofori-Asiamah, explained the reasons behind the reinstatement.
So far as I'm concerned, the matter is well resolved.
So in the April 10, 2024 statement that Ghana Airport Company Limited put out, they said that staff have been interdicted. Are they still on interdiction? Or
no, Mr. Chairman, they are not on interdiction.
Have they been fired or they've been cleared?
They've been cleared.
So nobody is being held responsible. for this 8.5 kilograms.
Because
international embarrassment.
Because maybe per our mode of conduct, per our standards, maybe they were not culpable. That is what I would say. Maybe they wanted to go into the matter. That is why we say, go home, let us investigate the matter. And if you find out that we are not culpable, that is the statement. We did so, the report came, and we felt that we were not, and the fact that they were not culpable doesn't mean that they slept on their job. This is a very delicate industry. If you understand the way it operates, you need to be careful about the way you handle it.
Now, Minister of Transport Kweku Ofori-Asiamah also disclosed plans by the government to regulate the cost of domestic flights by engaging stakeholders.
Like you said, we had started an engagement with them. If we got to a point in time we think that the engagement is not working, why not? We are a sovereign society. Yes, we are a sovereign nation. If it is that we need to bring in regulation to make sure that they don't take advantage of us, why not? We will do that. But like I'm saying that the engagement has started. We are engaging them about the cost of the tickets. And like you rightly said, I agree with you. If the judge cannot work, we have no option than to bring in laws, than to bring in regulation to protect our people. So you will do that. But I think that there's an opportunity for us now to just try to engage them as we have started. Let them understand. We will give ourselves time. If we think that they are not heeding to the advice, if it is the Parliament and the Executive need to bring a regulation, we will not hesitate in doing so. We will do that.
Kweku Ofori-Asiamah is the Minister of Transport now. Ghana and Sudan are set to face off in the 2025 AFCON qualifiers at the Accra Sports Stadium this afternoon. The Black Stars are aiming to secure their first 3 points of the qualifiers following a loss to Angola in Kumasi and a draw against Niger in Morocco in their previous matches. Former Black Stars coach James Kwesi Appiah now stands in Coach Otto Addo's way in today's match. Citi Sports' Gabby Affair has more in the following report.
The Black Stars of Ghana are aiming for their 25th AFCON appearance at next year's tournament in Morocco, while Sudan is pursuing their 10th AFCON qualification. Both teams will face off today at the Accra Sports Stadium in match day 3 of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. The lead-up to the match has been filled with drama, including the possibility of Ghana having to play their home game abroad. Before it was finally confirmed, the Accra Sports Stadium will host the clash. On the field, results have been disappointing for Otto Addo, with a loss to Angola and a draw against Niger. These poor outcomes caught the attention of GFA boss Keto Kreku, who gave the team a passionate address.
Let me roll the time back. A few weeks ago, we played against Niger. How did you guys feel when you went back home to your bases? Having drawn against Niger, how did you feel? Were we happy? Were you happy?
Head coach Otto Addo echoed Keto Kreku's words, describing the GFA president's speech as positive for the team.
I think this is like the first time maybe it was recorded. Sometimes it's good, and I understand the situation is very, very crucial. So sometimes it's good if somebody comes and steps up to back up my words.
This marks Ghana's first competitive match at the Accra Sports Stadium since 2021, when they played Sao Tome and Principe in the AFCON qualifiers. Since then, the senior national team has been absent from Accra due to the stadium's inability to meet Category C match standards. Some fans in Kumasi expressed their dissatisfaction with the game not being held at the Barbara Sports Stadium.
Well, I may watch, but I don't have much interest or expectation for the Black Star.
I'm not going to watch the match. If you are doing business, it is profitability ratio that makes you to do business, okay? So the Black Stars of Ghana are spending. There are a lot of resources that we are pumping into the Black Stars. But at the end of the day, what do we gain?
Is the Black Stars of Ghana playing? But I don't have any interest in that football game. Not that I'm not patriotic. I'm a very patriotic Ghanaian, but I don't have any reason to watch the Black Stars game against Sudan. I have no reason to watch that game.
Sudan sits second in Group F with 3 points after losing to Angola last time out. Both Ghana and Sudan are in search of 3 valuable points later today when they clash at the Accra Sports Stadium at 4 p.m.
And Gabby Affair of City Sports filed that report. Meanwhile, the National Sports Authority in a statement has cautioned supporters who want to use the match for a protest against illegal mining. Some persons using social media have been rallying support from citizens to use the game between Ghana and Sudan to protest their displeasure against the activities of illegal miners. The statement issued by the Public Relations Department of the Sports Authority says anyone found displaying political pressure group paraphernalia or placards will be apprehended by security agencies as the act is frowned upon by the Confederation of African Football, CAF. And finally, before we go, management of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, NIT, says about 400 million Ghana cedis is currently being paid to over 300,000 pensioners every month as benefits aimed at reducing old age poverty. General Manager of Operations, Mr. Kingsley Ajay-Menu, in an interview, Citi News, on the sidelines of the self-employed enrollment drive seed awareness float in Koforidua, shared some details with Citi News.
The Social Security scheme exists because we want to use the scheme to help reduce old age poverty in Ghana. But over the years, our concentration unfortunately has been on our friends in the formal sector. So last year, we launched an initiative, the Self-Employed Initiative, to enroll, self-employed enrollment scheme to help enroll our friends in the self-employed subsector.
Mr. Kingsley Ajay-Menu is General Manager of Operations at SNIT. And that will be all for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabaka, Accra. For more news, please visit citinewsroom.com. You can also use the hashtags GhanaPost2024 and CitiVerify for more election-related stories. My name is Caleb Kuda. Many thanks for listening and keep listening to the Election Bureau. Good afternoon.